You gave it all. You're all.
That was my
with what you
100%
had.
that day. That was my 100%. I watched London 2012. I didn't think I was going to be in Rio. I was young. I had 12 years. I was 13, 14 years old. And with that new mindset, my practices were much better. And I feel like every day I was just putting one little brick on my wall to...
All right, we're live. Señor Grassi, bienvenido.
Muchas gracias. Buenas tardes.
We're going to do the whole Spanish in Español.
The whole Spanish?
Or the whole podcast in Spanish. Anyways, the previous guest of episode 2 left you a question. Eva Pietrikova asked, what needs to happen in swimming so we wake up and allow more swimmers to reach their potential?
What does need to happen in swimming so we wake up
and allow more swimmers to reach their potential?
Wow. It's like we need to change the sport in a way. I think the United States is doing it well. The way that the United States integrates a sport in schools that allows kids to see how fun racing and training might be, because they have sectionals, they have regionals, they have nationals, they have a lot of different types of championships that it is very exciting. I mean, I grew up swimming because I wanted to race. And if you're a kid, you need to race. So in the United States, I honestly think that they're doing it very well. I think we need to create a professional league.
Like ISL.
Yes, but a national league. The United States can do that. Like the NBA. The NBA is a national league.
Mm-hmm.
The ISL is more like a World Cup league because it's the international. We don't have any national type of league where swimmers... I mean, it's like after college, I'm done. I had so many roommates, teammates that phenomenal swimmers. And after college, she's like, this is it. I'm going to go work. And I'm like, but this should be just your start of your career. Like in basketball, in baseball, in football. So I would say other countries should do like the United States. How they have...
Do you guys have like sectionals and what's
There's 2 meets a year.
in Argentina?
Winter nationals, summer nationals.
And do you have to qualify for it?
You have to qualify. So we have more than 2 meets. It's 2 big important meets that where you're actually going to go and see some kind of like rivalry, some kind of like people that might beat you. But they do have meets, club meets, but it's nothing really serious. It's just a club meet that you're going to use to make a cut for nationals. So I remember growing up was like that we have 2 meets a year. It's like we train all year for winter and then we train all year for summer. And yeah, as a kid, imagine you get really unmotivated in the middle of the year because you don't see that the fruit in front of you to kind of like go chase for it.
Right, you have to wait. You have to wait and just train.
And
for a kid, that's hard.
And then let's say you don't have a good meet.
Right.
Then you have to wait another 6 months for another redemption. And here is like, I mean, I didn't go to I didn't go to high school here, but I know that you guys have high school swim meets and they're pretty cool. I've been to high school pools and I would say they're top 10 in Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Their facilities. Some of them maybe that we don't have a pool like that in Argentina, and this is a high school pool. So I think that they do very well that. Other countries should start kind of like copying that. Including sports in school is phenomenal. It's like, it's one of the most important things, I think. It's like you captivating talent. You find talent because you have a lot of kids that are going to start doing the sport. And then, yeah, it's like you expose them more to competition. So you're going to find better swimmers because racing is how we also learn, how we also train.
Right. When did you start swimming? How old are you?
I am 29 and I started when I was 6.
With swim lessons?
No, really with the club.
Just
like I remember my first time in the pool was we were on vacation, summer, and I used to have the arms
the
floaties.
Yeah.
And I took them off and I just jumped in the pool and I went from one side to the other and I went to my mom and I said, Mom, I just crossed the pool without the floaties. That was my first time swimming without the floaties, 4 years old. And then at 6 years old, our parents they always incentivated us to do sports. They were like, you have to pick a sport at the beginning of the year and you have to finish it. And every year from 6 to 10, I started swimming because in summer, January, no school, it's fun to go to the pool. And in the middle of the year, winter, none of my friends did swimming. I always wanted to stop swimming.
Winter is when?
In June, July.
Right.
And so I was back. I was like, I don't want to swim anymore. I don't want to go to the pool. I want to go play with my friends. And they're like, you pick the sport. You have to finish it. So that my parents really taught us that from very, very young. You have to take it serious. You cannot just quit middle of the year. You can choose another sport next year, but you have to stick with it.
Finish what you started. Commit to it.
And I actually was this close when I was 10. Because back then I am one of 4 siblings. But my youngest one is like Skylar is 10 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. So when my sister was 8, I was 6, and Juan was 4th, they took us to the swim pool. Euge and I, because we were older, we stayed in the club. Juan had to wait 1 more year, but we started swimming all together. And swimming with your brothers is like they did better than me.
Which sibling are you?
I'm second one.
Okay.
Euge, the girl, is the oldest one. And Euge, fantastic swimmer from very, very young, won nationals, first meet, South American champion, South American records. She went to Worlds. So having my sister as like my role model allowed me to dream that, okay, if my sister can do it, so can I. We sleep in the same house, eat the same food. She goes to the same school. We train the same club.
Same DNA.
Why can't I do it? And I did it. But at 10 years old, when Euge started, Juan was very good too. I was like, Mom, I don't want to swim anymore. My siblings are better than me. Every time we go to a meet, they do well. I don't do well. I want to play rugby. And imagine, after 4 years like that, this is September, after 4 years like that I always want to stop swimming, they were like, okay, you have a meet this weekend, go to this meet. And then after that, we go to rugby. I already had talked with the rugby coach. I knew what time we were going to play rugby on Monday. And I swam 50 freestyle. I remember long course, I went 33 seconds. I won my heat, and I was so happy. I went back to my coach and my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm not going to stop swimming. And that's kind of like insane, because after that...
Because if you went 35 at that meet, there's a potential that you'd be a rugby player instead.
Absolutely. Or maybe if the kid next to me would have beat me, like, I don't know, something could have been totally different just in that moment. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about that.
How old were you at this meet?
10.
10. 33 for 10. That's pretty fast.
I think so. Yeah, it was like pretty good. I don't remember if it was the time. I don't remember if it was winning the race. I just remember I was happy about it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'm going to keep swimming.
And so, okay, you swam at 10, and then can you walk me through like do you remember the type of training that you were doing up until 15 or whatever?
Yes. So I started swimming at 6. 6 to 12 was my first coach. We used to do like every Friday, we used to play water polo. She had a very good type of teaching method that it was more like a playing method. We used to play a lot as kids. Yes, we swam, but like she used to give us like things to play. She used to give us like the hula rings, hula hoops, put them in the water, and she was like, okay guys, you gotta go, come on up and down, up and down. So it was like, I remember we used to train. Like there was some moment in the season that we trained hard. We had like our 7-200 test set, descending 3-2-2-1, or 3-2-1-1. And
wow, you remember that from when you were 12?
Yes,
that's crazy.
We call it el test cubano, the Cuban test, because she learned it from a Cuban coach.
Yeah, 7-200s is a step test that Eva was talking about in the last podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an actual test.
So yeah, she used to like, you have like a aerobic, and then you go a little bit threshold, and then last VO2, and then the last one as fast as you can go. And so we did that growing up. But I remember playing a lot, being fun, having fun. She taught me, like, for example, going to meets, and I'll be like, Coach, how did I win? Did I win? And she was like, don't ask me if you win. Ask me, how did you do? Ask me, did I improve? Or did I did better? Ask me those questions. Not if you just won the race. At 14 is when I started with my other coach, the one that actually, and he made me. And that coach, old school, we used to swim a lot.
How much?
I mean, I've done morning 12,000 meters set, that's practice, afternoon 10,000 meter, next day 11,000. So I remember in three practices averaging 10.5. Yes. So I
Sounds like
swam a
Sid's
lot.
upbringing.
Yeah, I swam a lot as a kid. I think, now I specialize and I do a lot less. I always wonder, can I do this now because I've done that when I was younger? I think yes. Is it necessary? I would like to say no. You do definitely need to swim, but in my experience, yeah, I swam a lot growing up. We used to do Monday doubles, Tuesday doubles, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday doubles, and Saturdays.
So 3 doubles?
3 doubles at 7th grade. So that's when I am 14.
So this is from 14 to 18, you're doing this high volume training.
Mm-hmm.
And
to
then,
19
to
when
19.
I came to college, yeah.
And then you got recruited to Auburn.
In 2015. So I had a big jump in 2015 because 2014 was my last year of high school. With this much training, high school got actually more strict, more hours. I remember waking up at 4:30, go to practice at 5 until 7, go to school, 7:30 to 3, 3:30 be back in the pool until 5:30. At 6:30 I was in the gym. I'll get back at 9 p.m. to have dinner and be in bed by 10:30 to wake up next day at 4:30 again. After a couple of weeks like that, I told my parents I want to stop. I don't want to go to school anymore. I knew I wanted to swim, but I didn't want to go to school. Mm-hmm. My approach was like, I want to change schools. And they were like, let's go talk to the school first. Let's see what they have to say about this. And my school was actually very, very nice. And they allowed me to do homeschool.
Oh, nice.
Like online school.
Is that because you had potential as an athlete and they allowed you?
Oh yeah, I was like...
Can you bring the mic closer?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 2010 is my first international meet. I went to Brazil and I won my first international meet. 2011, 2012, I went to South American Games. I got second.
What event? 100 fly?
Always 50, 100, 200 fly.
Okay. All the butterflies.
All the butterflies.
Okay.
I mean, since 2008, that's when I had my first national. I swam 4 events. I won 4 of them. And until 2014, I won 50,
Everything.
100, 200 butterfly. So my school kind of like knew that I was a good swimmer, but yeah, they allowed me to do online school. And that year is like when I went from 54.4 to 52.0.
Wow. Because
in 1 year.
Mainly because you were doing online school and you can go to bed on time.
I guess. I mean, yes, it's totally related. I mean,
Has to be. I
went to Youth Olympic Games in 2014. That was like the big year for me. I went 54.3. And then at the end of the year, I was 53.9. I won my first national title, like all ages.
This is 16. You were 16
I was,
years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that was my first national title, like all the ages. And then 3 months later, I was 52.6.
Wow.
Oh, no, 52.9. And then in Pan American Games, 52.0. And that's when Auburn recruited me.
So did you go to Rio before Auburn or?
Before.
Well, you got recruited in 2015.
I got recruited in 2015, right after I qualified for Rio. And he's like, would you like to come to Auburn? I say, yes, but I don't speak English. And I say, I should qualify for the Olympics. Is it possible that I finish my cycle with this coach that I have right now? And then I go to the Olympics next year? And he say, well, how old are you? I'm 18. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Okay.
This is Brett you're talking about.
This is Ozzy. Ozzy was like his assistant coach, but Brett was a head coach. Ozzy Quevedo.
Okay.
Ozzy Quevedo, Venezuelan coach.
He's the guy at SMU right now.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
Okay, yeah.
And so after that, 1 year without talking with Auburn, and I was like, oh, they forgot about me. I was like, I lost my chance.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that next day, Ozzy reaches out. He's like, hey, dude, are you still interested? Because the last night I say, okay, if they reach out to me again, I will say yes.
This is after Rio at this point?
No, this is March 2016.
Okay, so still before.
Before. And he's like, dude, are you still interested? I'm saying, yes, I am. Okay, so you got to take this test. Okay, I go to the Olympics, come back after the Olympics. It's September 5th. I haven't started studying yet. And my exam was October 10th.
For the TOEFL?
The SAT. Oh. SAT. So I remember going to Buenos Aires for like 1 week in Buenos Aires, 1 week in Santa Fe. I stopped swimming. I was just studying. I hired a coach, teacher that just prepares you for the SAT. And I did 1 week, 4 weeks like that. Took my SAT and I started preparing for the TOEFL.
What did you score in the SAT?
1100 out of 1600.
Out of 16.
Yeah, they asked me for 1,000, I think.
Okay.
So I passed it.
You scored almost as high as me, and mine was out of 2400.
Why out of 24?
When I took it, it was out of 2400. It was 800, 800, 800. Math, writing. I don't even remember what the reading, maybe, right? And then I scored 16 something.
I did good because math. I was good at math. I'm good at math. English wasn't my strong. But I did good in math. I compensated, so I passed my SAT. I studied for my TOEFL. TOEFL was rough because I had to speak there. SAT, you don't speak. And I remember I got a 69 on my TOEFL. And
out of
120. And they asked me for 80. And Brett was like, good enough. When you come here, we're gonna give you a couple extra English classes and you're gonna be good. And that was my English adventure that I took. Basically, I studied for a month and then 2 weeks and then 6 weeks later, I was in the United States.
Can we go back to Rio? Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about how you qualify for Rio. When you were training for Rio, do you guys have like a trials, or how does that work in Argentina?
In Argentina, when the qualification period starts, if you make the A cut, you qualified.
Okay.
The qualification period time is usually a year before the Olympics, a year and a half before the Olympics. It's usually March, the year before. So in 2015, March onward,
you can do the time whenever.
You go. I've got to be honest. I watched London 2012. I didn't think I was going to be in Rio. I was young. I had 12 years. I was 13, 14 years old. 2015, I go to Pan American Games, but I'm not thinking I'm going to medal. Less I'm thinking I'm going to qualify for the Olympics. So I kind of happened to qualify for the Olympics in the prelims of Pan American Games.
2015 Pan Ams.
Yeah.
This is August then.
This is August or July. Some 2015, right there, 2015. Yeah. I got 52.34 in the prelims.
52.34.
And
what was the A cut?
52.36.
Wow.
So I was like, wow.
I'm going to Rio.
I'm going to Rio.
Is that that photo of you and Santo and I think Giles Smith?
Yeah.
Is
so
that?
That's the race. In the finals, I go 52.09 and I get second. Giles was 52.04 and Santo, I don't remember what his time was. And it was Giles, me, and Santo. And
so funny that you and Santo are teammates now.
Yes.
That photo, you guys look like babies.
We're very young. I don't have hair because, it was my first meet with the we call it Absoluto. It's like absolute team, like the oldest team, the older team. So I was my first national team. So they usually cut our hair when we do that. And for me, it happened to be a Pan American Games. So in that picture in the morning, I had half no hair, half hair. And then I was like, guys, I qualified for the final. I'm second. I kind of cut my hair. I don't want to be if I make the podium, I don't want to be in the podium with this. So they allow me to do that. But that's how I qualified for Rio. I didn't look for it. It happened to me. I didn't dream of being an Olympian.
How stoked were you? What was your reaction?
Oh, it was hard to believe in the moment. It was hard to believe.
Like did you know it? Like you're like, oh, it's 52.36.
Yes.
Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't.
Yeah, because I'm going towards the Pan American Games. Like I say, like a year before that, I was 53.9. I was so far away. I didn't even know what the time for the Olympic was. Then I go 52.9. Then I go 52.6. And towards I'm going to Pan American Games. I knew the time was 52.36. I was like, that would be cool. And then I go 52.34. And then at night, I'm like 52.0. I always say that yes, it happened to me, and I wish I would have dreamed of it, because it's not like I didn't believe that I could do it, but there's an extra power when you dream of it and you believe you can do it. And I admire those kids that they say, when I am older, I want to be an Olympic champion, because that already sets you apart from everyone else. Mm-hmm. Just believing, you're starting to manifest it. And if you start me thinking like, oh, being an Olympian is hard, then you already start putting limits to your mind. And I think the United States is different in that way, because the United States team, they go to the Olympics to win medals. So they know that if you're on the team, you can win the medal. For us, making the team is hard. So you're already thinking that making the medal is impossible. And I wish I would have known the power of the mind back then, because I never dreamed of it. But it happened that I qualified for it.
So do you kind of wish like you were thinking about the Olympics beforehand, so that like when you actually did qualify, it was more satisfying? Because it's like, oh, I'm going to go to the Olympics. I'm going to train hard. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., do this, do that, be disciplined. And then I'm going to work for it. And then when I get it, it's going to be more satisfying, opposed to like, oh, I just did the Olympic qualifying time.
Not so much on the gratification that I got out of it. No, more like on what I could have done at the Olympics.
For me, at the Olympics.
At the Olympics.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it was like qualifying for the Olympics, I was happy. And I'm sure that if I would have dreamed of it, I would have been maybe a little bit happy, but I would have been same level happy. But then it was like, I stopped right there. Oh, I qualified for the Olympics. That's it. I'm an Olympian. And I never had in my mind, okay, I'm going to be an Olympic champion next year. I'm going to train to be an Olympic champion. For me, it was like, okay, it's my first Olympics. I'm going to go swim, see how it is. I'm going to get experience out of it. No.
What did you go in Rio?
52.5, finished 24th. Finished 24th. And I remember I was sad. I was sad because I had the expectation of making the semifinals, because the year before in 2015, I was 18th at Worlds. 2015 was a great year. I was 15. And I think it was a great year because I was so innocent. I didn't have any expectations.
Yeah.
And then next year, okay, last year I was 52. Oh, this year I got to go 51. This year, I got to go semi-final. This year, I got to do more. So my expectations started to show up in my life, and I never had them before. Rio was good, but not really great. I think my mind was not trained to do it.
You're still young, because you're 18, 19?
I'm 18 at that point, 2016. No, I'm 19. I'm 19.
And what kind of training were you doing in preparation for the 2015 Pan Ams? Were you doing the 10,000?
No. So towards that year, we started to do more. We had Bill Sweetenham. He was kind of like the mentor for the national team, and he started to give us more, starting to backhand, front end speed, and, more sets with more intention. Before, I used to do a lot of lactate sets, VO2, brokens, but it was a lot of pulling, a lot of kicking, nothing really specific. I didn't do a lot of race pace.
Can you give me like an example set in 2015, what you were doing?
I want to say 2015, we used to do maybe like 450s back in speed on 130. 4 times.
1650s on 130.
Yeah. And I remember in my mind was like, yeah, the first round or first 1, 2, I am good, but then I'm not hitting like race speed. This was a tough year for me, because this was the year that I started to want it a little bit more than my coach, or at least that's how it felt to me. And I felt like we had such good, or at least we had like people coming to kind of like teach us things to the national team. And then I didn't feel like my coach was like changing his ways.
Taking advantage of it.
Yeah, we were like, we come back from a training camp in like altitude, and then for 2 weeks, it looked like, finally, now we're going to start using all these things. And then after 3 weeks, he goes back to his normal schedule, normal practices, and
like
I will get frustrated.
10 grand.
Not 10 grand, but at least 6, 7, 8 of all the same, The rest was a big thing for me. I didn't get much rest, and I knew that for me, it was important if I wanted to hit those, like the race pace.
Rest within the set, or you mean rest within practices?
No, within the set.
Okay.
Within the set.
Like you wanted to do 50s on 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, whatever at that time. Yeah. At that time, something that feels more. I remember doing like 50s pace with 20, 30 second rest.
Tough.
Yeah, first when you hit 27, then you go 28 and 29, and I keep adding. I feel like I've always been like a muscular guy that dies. And I felt like, at some point, like I'm one of the only, I am, if not the only one on the team that is actually dreaming to go to the Olympics, to go to this team, to these meets. And and practices are not tailored. At least my practice is not tailored for me. It's like we're all doing the same thing.
How many Argentine swim Olympians are there? Or
Not
were there
many.
in Rio?
Less than 30
In
history.
Rio?
In Rio,
Yeah.
it was Fede, Martin, me, Vicky, Juli. We're 5 of us. In Rio, we're
one
3
dude.
guys,
Oh,
3
three.
guys and 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Tokyo, it was 1 guy, it's just me,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 girls.
Mm.
So it was never a big team, you know. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And you guys all trained together?
no,
All separate at your own clubs?
own clubs.
Okay.
In my club, later my club became like a national team club that started to have more national champions and stuff. But when I was young, it was like my sister. There were a couple guys open water. They were good in open water because my coach background was very good in open water.
10K, yeah.
Actually, my coach back then, nowadays, he's the national team open water coach.
I see.
There's a girl that does, some kids are swimming fast. But back then is when I started to realize we should start doing things different. And it was a lot of friction, especially when I said, hey, I was recruited to go to college.
Auburn, yeah.
And the first, I was so happy. And I go to my coach and I'm like, I was recruited to go to college. And he was like, you know that everyone that goes to college, they don't get better, right? And that broke my heart. Mm-hmm. Because I was looking support from him. I was looking for get happy about me. And I got totally the opposite. So, but I always been pretty stubborn. If you tell me I cannot do it, I'm just going to do it to show you that I can. And yeah, that kind of like really bothered me. And I went back to my parents and I was sad. I don't know if I cried, but I was like, I wish he would have supported me on this. And after that, our relationship really fell apart because I felt like I wanted to grow in ways that he was not willing to do. But again, I qualified for my Olympics training with him. Mm-hmm. So I cannot say that what he did was wrong. But yeah, at some point we started to think different. I was a very vocal swimmer. If I have something in my mind that I think of, I will let you know. And he didn't like that. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
And so, okay, and then after Rio, you start the fall semester at Auburn.
Not the fall semester because I didn't study English yet. After Rio was August. The school started. And they were like, you don't need to come here in August, but you need to come here in January. If you don't come here in January, it's too late. You cannot come to Auburn. So that's when I started studying right after Rio. When everyone started the fall semester in Auburn, I was starting to study English. Yeah. Yeah.
And so from August to December, you're just studying English, kind of training.
Not train at all.
Just
no,
English.
I was 12 hours a day English. I was reading so many papers, pages. Any word that I didn't understand, underline, look at the dictionary. Okay, this is what it means. Boom, boom, boom. Write it down. Read.
Look at you now. Now you're doing a podcast in English.
Right?
Isn't that crazy?
I thought that I was, at some point in college, I was like, oh, when is it going to be the day that it actually clicks? Because the first year in college, no one could understand me.
Right.
I never failed a class. One of my semesters, I had a 4.0 GPA.
Dang, better than me. And I speak English.
I think my GPA at the end was like 3.3 or 3.4 overall.
Dang.
Because
you're a pretty smart individual, though.
I was like good at reading. That's what I did. I read. I know the grammar because that's how you learn the language. I know the grammar, so I can read it. And in college, I always say it's easy with multiple choice. The answer was in front of me. I just need to find it. And I am a pretty visual guy that even in high school, I didn't study in high school. The night before, or sometimes the morning before the test, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just read. And then when the question comes, I'll read the question and be like, okay. And just try to think, I'm like, I know it's in there. I just got to get it out.
Just pull it out.
Yeah. And with multiple choice, it became even easier because the answer is in front of me. And if it makes sense, I know that I remember something I read. And it was so easy.
Yeah, so easy.
I mean, so easy now, but it is in there.
The
yeah.
answers are already there. It's C.
It's 1 in 4 chance of finding it. It's better than an essay question, right?
Yeah, but you have a 75% chance of getting it wrong.
Totally. But you know that sometimes you're like, okay, no, this doesn't make any sense. This one, no, I don't remember anything about this. So it's between these two. So it's 50-50 at this point. So yeah, that was how I saw college in LA. It's very, very like, I have the answer in me. I can find it. But
That's a
speaking
great attitude.
was rough. At some point, I remember, and also they have PowerPoints. I was never like, my school was always essay. But college was PowerPoints. I had a computer in front of me. The teachers would send us the PowerPoints. I do remember my freshman year, the teacher would be speaking, and I would be like, I don't know what he's saying, but this is so cool. I'm in college right now. At some point, I'm going to understand it, but right now, I don't know what he's saying. But I would look around and be like, this is cool. Like,
what did you study?
I started in business major. Then I did marketing. And then because I wanted to stay longer, I added a second major in information system management.
What is that? You told me once, but I forget.
Yeah, imagine. It's basically how to interpret information and how different systems, like how to make use of the information that you have inside a business. Right now, I really struggle to even explain it. I remember I did a lot of coding. I did a lot of databases.
Is it like taking the KPIs of a business and then finding where the leverage points are to improve the systems of the business?
It's learning how to interpret information.
It's kind of like strategy consulting.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. A lot of learning how to read tables, how to pull out the information that you're looking for out of a table. That's what it is.
I see. So you go to Auburn in January. Was the training it must have been way different than what you're used to. So different. Was Brett your coach?
Sergio was my coach. I was a middle distance swimmer in Sergio
Lopez.
Sergio Lopez. Okay. Yeah, he was my coach. A reason why I picked Auburn was I had Auburn, Louisville, Alabama, and Florida State. I had offers from them. And the reason why I picked Auburn was mainly because Sergio was the coach and he speaks Spanish. And then was this guy, Luis Martinez, also from Guatemala. He speaks Spanish. So I needed to know that I was going to go to a place that someone at least was going to speak Spanish.
I see. And you were in the mid-distance group?
Mid-distance group, a lot of, I remember the first set we do is like 30-50s best average butterfly.
On?
Probably like, I want to say 1 minute, but 115, 130, no more than that. I think it was 3 sets of 10s, but I was dead last. It was literally my second practice, and I remember being like, wow, this is rough. And yeah, super different to begin with.
How many yards were you averaging at Auburn?
I want to say
6,000?
6,000.
Okay.
6,000.
And did you go to, you guys are SEC? Right? SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to SECs that year?
I went to SEC.
That was 2017 then.
Yeah, in 2017 I went to SEC. And then I go, I think 46-3 in the 100 butterfly. And Brett is like, dude, I don't think this is going to be enough for you to go to NCAAs. So we go to the last chance meet. In the prelim is 46-25. In the finals, 46-20. He's like, dude, I still don't think this is going to be enough. Time trial. 46-18, 40, and then, no, not enough. Again, another time trial. 46-15. Dude.
You kept getting better.
Yes, because, it was the first time for me swimming yards. So I was learning how to swim yards, stroke counts, kick counts, walls. I was a long course swimmer. Imagine 52-0 long course swimmer. I was not good in underwaters. To this day, is my weakness.
You're still working on it.
Yeah. So yes, he's like, okay, Santi, we cannot do any more time trials. At this point, I swam the 100 fly 11 times since SEC to this last chance meet, because at SEC also did time trials. 46-15 is your time. We have 200 butterfly tomorrow. You can do a time trial in the 200 butterfly. You can go 100 fly, and if you see a good time, you have to finish the second 100 butterfly. So I do it in the morning, 46-20. But I finished butterfly because I know that, okay, I still got one more at night. And at night I do it again, 46-10. And I was the 30th swimmer to qualify for the 100 butterfly.
With a 46-10?
With a 46-10. So I went to NCAAs my freshman year with that 46-10.
The 46-10 was you did the first 100.
The 13th time that I swam it in the 200 butterfly, yeah.
And you did it at the finals of SECs?
No. In the last chance meet, in the 200 butterfly at final.
What is this last chance meet?
So I feel like every meet has said you go to SECs, and then after SEC, if you didn't qualify for the NCAAs, those swimmers that are still closed, there's a last chance meet. It's a week after SEC conference.
And it's just at Auburn, or where?
No,
where's
this case
We
was
didn't
in
have
Georgia.
this. We did?
In
I
Georgia.
didn't get a chance. I mean, I wasn't even close, but
Maybe. It was, that was the idea. She's one more chance for those that are close. And in that meet, I think in that meet, I swam it 7 times. In SEC, I swam it prelims, finals, and then 2-time trials. At this meet, I swam it 7 times. And in the last one in that 200 butterfly,
46:10.
46:10.
So what was the lesson you took away from that?
I mean, persistence, persistence or persuasive?
Yeah, persistent.
Persistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't give up. Just because it doesn't happen the first time doesn't mean it's not going to happen. If you have a chance, take it. I remember trying to be like, okay, I'm not just trying to do it. I'm like, what can I do different? How many dolphin kicks I'm doing on this wall and that wall, something like that. Learn from it and just
When
give
you
it a
went
shot.
46:10, what was different?
I think my underwaters, my kick count,
More or less?
more.
You did more.
On my last, I would give up. I wasn't prepared. I would start with 8 and then 7 and then 4 maybe.
What's your stroke count in yards? 4?
With 8 dolphin kicks, 6 strokes.
6, 7, 7, 7?
Yes.
Or 6, 6, 6?
No, 6, 7, 7, 7. Yeah.
And how did you do at NC2As in Hunterfly?
My freshman year, I don't remember. I know it was in Indiana. I think I went 56-0. I didn't
46-0.
46-0. 46-0.
So you went even faster.
I went faster. Yeah. I didn't score points. I didn't swim. I don't know if I swam a relay there,
It's okay. I didn't score points either.
but
I never went.
but yeah, I think it was something like that.
What was your best year in college?
It was my senior year, but I didn't have NCAAs because of COVID.
Your senior year was 2019, 2020?
2020. 2019, 2020.
Okay.
2019, 2020.
But the fall, you had your best swimming year.
In the spring of 2020, I went to SAC. I got second in my 100 butterfly.
Who won?
45.3, Danny Kovac, Missouri guy. And the story is like, I swam in the morning, 46.40. Dude, like this is horrible. And my best time at that point was like 45.5, I think. Felt horrible. My mind would start being like, whoa, this is not gonna go well. I qualified 6th to finals at SEC. So I'm lane 6 or 7, I don't remember. And I remember last wall, I didn't do my underwaters. I did 6 instead of 8 because I was tired. And I got second by 3/100ths of a second. I was first at the 25, first at the 50, first at the 75, first at the 95, and I finished like this. And the guy next to me, or like outtouched me.
So you did less kicks on your last wall and you swam faster.
Yes, but I messed up my touch. I had to do my finish.
But you won a best time.
I did win a best time.
So does that mean doing less kicks is better for you?
No, I just think that if I would have,
you would have been faster if you did.
I'd have been
kicks?
faster. Yeah, I would have been faster. Just because I finished like this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if I would have done even less than 6, because the finish was not good. I needed maybe 5. I think the secret for me was always underwaters. Like, you gotta get better underwaters. But the thing is, like, and it's always something that I am teaching now. Like, it's hard when you're doing so much yardage to do it right all the time.
Yeah.
Even though if you want it.
I think that's the advantage of the training that we're doing now. It's like it's so easy to just focus on. You only have to do 8 right now.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Possible. But if you're doing 6K every single day, and then you're doing 2050s at pace on 2 minutes, even like that, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
And I will never feel like I got good at it until now that I'm starting to see improvement, actually.
Yeah. And then, okay, so I want to talk about Tokyo now. You're in Auburn, right?
I'm in Auburn.
During COVID.
I qualified in Pan American Games again in 2019, the year before.
Oh, you had
prelims.
already qualified.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
What did
prelim.
you go in the Pan Am's?
51.94, I think.
That was a PB.
My PB was 2 months before 51.88.
So you already qualified there.
No, because it wasn't a FINA meet. It was just a meet.
What was the 51.88?
In Richard Quick, an Auburn meet.
Okay.
Not shaved, not taper. Just, when you have a meet at home that you sleep in your house, in your bed, and you just feel
You
good.
ride your bike to the pool.
You ride your bike to the pool. I swam the 100 freestyle. That meet, that was a 3-day meet. I swam 50 free, 2 fly. 2 free, 50 fly, 100 free, 100 fly. 100 fly was the last event of a prelims and finals meet. And after all that, and my last event of that meet, I went 51.88 in the 100 butterfly.
That was a PB.
That was a PB.
And then in Pan Am's, you went 51.9.
51.9 in the morning, qualify second. In the afternoon, I mess my wall, and I try to compensate on underwater, burn my legs, and last 5 meters die, and I got fourth. 52.02, 52.03.
Okay. And 51.9 or 51.8 is still your PB to this day.
No, my PB was last year training on my own.
Oh yeah. I want to get in. I want to say that. Okay, so you go to 51.9. What was that was the A cut?
That was the A cut, 51.96.
So you're
I
good
went 51.94.
In 2019, you're going to Tokyo.
I know next year I'm going to Tokyo.
Except COVID hits. You're training in, well, I guess you're not training, but you're just chilling in Auburn during COVID.
Yes, it was, unfortunately, Auburn didn't behave well with the people that finished school that year. Like me, Julie, my girlfriend that year also, she was swimming. Luis also, he was swimming. It was 3 of us that we were going to Tokyo. COVID happened. We are not part of the school anymore. So they're like, guys, because of COVID protocol, you cannot train with us anymore. And the coaches kind of like really didn't realize how important this was for us. And yeah, training was hard that year. Training was hard. That's when I actually started training my mind. I started working with a mental coach. And the only reason why I went to Tokyo and I did what I did in Tokyo, which in my opinion was very good, was because I was very strong with my mind.
Talk to me about that.
I was having panic attacks for practice. Like I couldn't breathe. Like there was a set 3100s every Monday morning that I just hated it. And basically what she told me is like, hey, control what you can control. When you wake up in the morning on Sunday morning, don't think about tomorrow. You still have a whole day in front of you to enjoy. So that already kind of like took a lot of pressure out of me to be like, okay, like, do I need to do this now? No, it's not now. Okay, tomorrow I will deal with it the best I can. And then during COVID it was like, okay, I'm not swimming, but I started to put a little bit more intention to my practices. When I was able to go to the pool, okay, what did you work on today? What was the good of today? Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but excellence and not, in Spanish is excelencia, exigencia. I don't know what exigencia is in English. It's not exigency. It's like
existence.
No, excellence is like when you try to do something the best of your abilities. You're trying to be excellent at it. And then the other thing is when you're just, you kind of like demanding yourself to do it no matter what.
Requirement.
Yeah, requirement. So it's like the difference of I have to and I get to.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So I learned that.
I get to do this.
Today I get to go to the pool. Today I get to do what I actually like to do. I don't have to. I get to. So yes, I kind of like shifted my mind, and then we started training again. And with that new mindset, my practices were much better. And I feel like every day I was just putting one little brick on my wall to build this big, massive wall. I remember a lot of uncertainty. I was 18 months away from home in that time because I didn't go back to Argentina. I stayed here in the United States. And that was the first time for me that I spent more than 6 months away from home. So there was a lot of emotional distress as well. So for me, it was like I built my bubble and kind of like not allow anything or anyone to burst my bubble. I was like, whatever happens, I know I can figure it out. I remember one of my biggest phrases that year was like, I know I will do what I have to do when I have to do it. I know I will do what I have to do when I have to do it. So yes, that year training for Tokyo wasn't close to be what an Olympic year should look like. But I made the most out of it. And I didn't go best time. I went 52-1, won my heat.
You were still you were training with Auburn for 2021. You're training with Auburn
I was training on my own.
by yourself. You're coaching yourself.
No, there was an Auburn coach that would come 3 times a week and give us practices. But we were not able to use the Auburn pool. So we were just using a different pool without a coach. We would go to meets without coaches, just do it on our own. So that was rough. So that's when I was like, okay, but I'm still doing it. I get to do this and I'm enjoying it. It started to become a thing after college. Like, okay, I can enjoy this. And yes, I went to the Olympics. I got 24th again. But I remember my 24th in Rio was disappointment, and my 24th from Tokyo was joy. It was like, wow, I am so proud that I am in this moment right now, because this past year has not been easy. And I'm proud that I didn't give up, and that, yes, I mean, I think I have more in me, but what I did this morning, what I did that's my best version. That's the best of me right now. And I'm happy that I did it. I show up and I did it. So yeah, it's just a different perspective. Yeah. That was for me, Tokyo. It's just having a different mindset. Same result, 24th. But for me inside it was like, wow, I'm not comfortable, but I'm not satisfied, but I am happy with what I just did, because I did what I
you gave it all, your all.
That was my 100% that day. That was my 100%.
And then after Tokyo you kind of retired, right?
After Tokyo I went to World Cups, my first World Cups.
Okay.
And I went national record in the 1500 butterfly. But I remember being in the first call room and being like, I'd rather be in my living room watching a movie with my dog right now than being here.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized this is not right. Someone else should have a chance to represent the country. I don't want to do it like this. Kind of like what happened in Nationals this year. I realized that I wasn't enjoying it. My mind was not there. And I learned that, I have a different, I heard like, sometimes things get tough and you have to go through it. For me, I did that very young. Things were really tough, like practices were very tough. And I was like, had this personality, like, I gotta get through it. And as I got older, I realized that I had to listen more to myself and my body and my emotions and how I feel. And it's okay if you're not your best version right there, that you're gonna have bad days. And, I was like, it's okay maybe if I step away from this. And I don't need to do it just because I'm good at it. I can step away, and if I miss it, if I really feel like this is for me, I will get back to it. But right now, yes, I'm swimming best times. Yes, I'm at Worlds. I'm representing my country, but I'm not enjoying it. So after 2021 December, I decided to step away from it, and I took like a year and a half without swimming. That was a huge, huge moment for me.
And you came back in 2023.
2023 was my first comeback, trying to make it to Pan American Games. Training on my own again, because I had this idea. I started teaching a lot. 2022 was my okay, I'm not swimming. I'm not going to go grab a job. I don't want to work for someone. I want to make something of myself. I know I can do it. Like, what can I do? And that's when I created my brand, Dentro del Agua. That's when I started doing private lessons. What is
it?
Dentro del Agua is my website, my brand, that with my online courses. Basically in 20...
Can you spell it?
DENTRO, Dentro.
Dentro? What does dentro mean?
In del agua. So in the water.
Okay.
In the water. Dentro del agua.
Dentro del agua. .com.
.com.
Check it out.
And basically what I did right there was like in 2021, I started doing my Fitter and Faster clinics. And I realized that, wow, I've done so much as a swimmer, and I never realized how much potential I have, or how much the skills that I have as a swimmer that allow me also to explain the sport from my point of view to other swimmers. And I enjoy it. I enjoy helping another swimmer change the way that they see swimming to get better at it. And I started doing that with the clinics in Fit Fast, and I was like, okay, I need to take this to Argentina. I need to be able to help the sport in Argentina because I saw the potential that the clinics were doing, like they were having in here in the United States. So I rented a camera. I wrote down all the content in Spanish of what I do in a normal lesson, all the drills, and I recorded myself. For like 6 months, I edited so much. And I created 6 courses, 6 hours of content, drills, explanations, this and that, a website, all that. And I put it out there to try to reach people, not in a presence way, but more online. Mm-hmm. And that was because I wasn't swimming and I need to make it something out of myself. So with clinics and that, I started to realize, okay, I like this. Then I created my brand with my roommate, Catching Water. And we started doing private lessons here and we started doing our swim clinics here. And
when did you move to California again?
March 2023.
And what brought you out here again?
Actually, in 2022, in June, I left Auburn. I was going to either go to Florida or California. And my roommate from college, he's a Navy SEAL. He's like...
Josh? No, not Josh.
Another Foster. He's a Navy SEAL. And he's like, hey, dude, I am going to go for training for a month. My wife is going to also go away. Do you want to come to California and take care of my house and my dog for a month while I'm away? I'm like, sure. So I packed everything in my car and I drove half the country to California. I stayed here for 6 months. And then I was living in my car, like I was camping at state parks and I was doing Airbnb for like 2-3 months. I moved to Luxembourg back then. Now, where my girlfriend, my current girl, she's my girlfriend now, but back then we were like trying to figure it out what we're doing. And I moved to Luxembourg for 5 months with my dog. I didn't like it. So I came back in March of 2023 with my roommate who I live right now, that we went to college together. Why California? Because he was there. I like the weather. I like the place. Why Long Beach? Because it was the cheapest place that we could find.
That's fair.
4 days before I moved here, we didn't have a place yet.
So basically, you just moved here to house sit for your roommate.
Yeah.
And then you were here.
Yeah, I moved in San Diego. It was Imperial Beach, south of San Diego.
Oh, okay.
And then I moved to Long Beach because
After Luxembourg,
because I was like, I don't want to be by myself again. I've done that experience already. My roommate, my roommate right now, Josh, yeah. He was living in a house that, it was like, one of those houses, like Chinese lady that owns the house and she rents the rooms to other people.
Yeah.
And noisy and, her way. So he was just living in his room. I was like, dude, what if we move together? So he subleased his place and we moved together to the cheapest we could find for a year. Then we moved out again in Long Beach. But yeah, when I moved to Long Beach, I was like, okay, I've been doing clinics for a while. Let's see if I can do lessons. So I called a pool, Long Beach club, be like, hey, my name is Santiago. I would like to rent a lane from you. Is that possible? And she was so cool. She was like, yes, come on over. And then I'll pay them.
Is this the Belmont pool?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll pay them 10% of what I made, and I would do a feeder and facility clinic. And when they were like, hey, do you do lessons? Yes, I do. Here's my business card. And I started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we have a really big clientele that we work with, and very grateful for them because they're very, very, in a way, loyal. They keep coming. And we found that, at least for me, it's not just a business model. It's something that I care about. I really, really like to help other swimmers. And on top of that, allows me to make a living.
Right. And so in 2023, you started training again, right?
Started training again, trying to put all this together, be like, okay.
Your business, your swimming.
And like the method that I was teaching, I was starting to teach like, hey guys, we don't need to swim so much. Mm-hmm. We don't need to. I just need to pay attention to what you're doing, okay? You don't need to be. If you're in the water thinking, singing, thinking of a movie, what you're going to eat, you're not doing it right. Stay at home. You're not working on anything. So I was like, okay, can I actually use this method that I'm teaching to myself? And I started doing a lot of technique, a lot of like purpose swimming, every stroke. And I went to nationals. I went national record best time in the 50 fly long course. I qualified for Pan American Games.
This is summer of 2023.
Summer 2023, August 2023.
Okay.
And then I come back to the United States and things were not right yet. I wasn't in the right space yet to commit to training like that. So I didn't go to Pan American Games. I didn't train till January of 2024. 2024 comes and I'm like, okay, Olympic year. I'm going to swim for the Olympics. I'm going to try it again. So I started training again on my own. I reached out to Brett. Brett was my mentor that year. I remember once a week he would drive down to Long Beach and he used to watch me and give me tips and fix something on my stroke. And then I'll go out there. I would train with him once a week, and he would give me some practices. But honestly, most of the time, I would just go to the pool and be like, okay, what can I get better on today? I was making my own practices. And in 6 months of training, I did January, February, March training. March, my first meet, I was like 54 something in the 100 fly. A month later, 53.2, 53.4. And a month later, in May, I go 52.2 in the prelims. And
what meet is this?
Atlanta Classic.
Oh, okay.
And 51.7 in the finals. And I go best time. Best time, training 40% of what I always done in my life. 4 or 5 times a week.
Just coaching yourself.
Just coaching myself.
How much were you swimming at this time?
1,000, 1,500 per practice.
Like what we're doing now?
Yeah. Yes. I did less intensity what we do now. I didn't do as much race pace. I did more, like I can count with probably both hands how many 50s pace I did in those 6 months butterfly. Most of my training was freestyle. I wanted to qualify in the 50 freestyle. Mm-hmm. So I didn't do much butterfly, but I did a lot of technique. Butterfly has always been my stroke. I always felt good with it. And I just was in good shape. And here, I was like, what I'm doing is good for me. Like, I really believe that I will make it.
That's so important.
Exactly.
To believe that whatever you're doing is...
I believed that I was going to go. I had no doubt in my mind. Even my parents at some point, I remember, like, Santi, but you haven't trained that much. Like, I understand that, but I know I will make it. And I was 11 100ths of a second from making my third Olympic Games.
The cut was 51.6?
51.68.
And you were
66, and I went 67, and I was 78.
78.
Mm-hmm. 78. I went to Atlanta, to Canada for my last chance to see if I could qualify. And I did the same thing that I did that freshman year in college in the last chance. I swam my 50, my prelims, 52.4, my finals, 52.2. And then I was like, I gotta do it again. So I swam a 200 butterfly. Time trial, 52.15. And then I swam a 200 butterfly prelims. And I touched the wall and I looked, it was like 52.12, I think. But unfortunately, I was there by myself. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel strong enough to, at that moment, I was like, I think this is it.
Yeah.
I think this is it. So, because to be able to swim at night again, not just I had to finish the 100 butterfly again, and the 2 fly, I had to qualify for the 2 free, for the 2 fly final.
Yeah, right.
And I didn't think that was going to be worth it. And as soon as I looked, like, I couldn't control my body. I just touched and I started swimming freestyle. Like, it happened so quick.
Yeah.
I was like, and that was my journey for those Olympics. But again, I didn't feel like I failed. I felt like I did so much in such a short amount of time.
You learned a lot about yourself.
So much. And that's why I'm so excited about what we're doing here, because I know I have more time. I have a coach. I have a team. And now I'm raising the bar.
And so after you do all this to try to qualify for Paris, you quit swimming again.
Right.
And you thought you were done.
No.
Or you knew you were going to try to come back?
Actually, I qualified in that meet. I qualified for Worlds. Because I made a really good time. So I qualified for Worlds.
Short course Worlds.
That
Doha.
year. I think so, yeah.
Was it Doha? 2024? Short course Worlds, right?
I think so. It was Doha. Okay. Sounds right. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to Worlds. But again, when it's on your own, like, I took my time, took a month off. I come back, I start swimming again. They're like, hey, like, you're still not qualified. We need you to do like 98% of the cut to qualify. And at that point, again, I felt that careless type of feeling in myself. Like, I don't really care if I go to this point. Like, that's the point in me. Like, if I don't care, it's hard for me to put all of it, because I've done it for so long that I have to be there 100% committed. Or if I am just a little bit off, I'm like, I know I have potential, but if I don't care, if I feel like it's not going to bring anything to my life right now, I'm okay with just stepping out. And I step out. I was like, it's okay. I'm not
Because
going.
you felt like you didn't care about it.
I
You're
didn't
like,
care.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm enjoying other things in my life. I want to grow my businesses. Swimming has never been the reason why I live and like make a living. Like I never make money with swimming other than the ISL. I went to the ISL. That was the only time I made money. So I was like, am I going to train for Worlds and give up the opportunity to grow in my business and like get a step ahead in that financial freedom that I'm looking for? And looking back, actually, it was a really good decision because that year I grew a lot in my business.
Your business.
Yeah, I did grow a lot. And now it's like what happened till then. And now it's like you reach out. I saw you training with, I was going maybe once, twice a week with Brett.
Did I reach out or?
Yes.
How did it?
It was like this. I was going like twice a week with Brett.
Yeah.
And then I met you. Then I remember I went home. When I come back, I see that Calvin started training with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think Santo started training with you at that point as well. But or Calvin and Marina. And I was like looking at, because I met Calvin with Brett.
Right.
And I know that Calvin was going to train for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see Calvin training with you and I'm like, wow, that looks cool. Actually, I would like to do that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't ready yet. I just didn't want to commit to it. I mean, it's been rough the past 4 years on my own, committing to things that, it's a big commitment. So I saw you, and then at some point you reached out to me and was like, hey, would you like to race at this meet? And it was like 4 weeks away from it, 3 weeks away. And I was like,
was this Grand Challenge?
Yes. No, the Grand Challenge, the Speedo Grand Challenge. Yeah.
Ah, wait.
You were like, would you like to race in the meet? I was
You
like,
didn't race there.
no, I didn't. I say no because, first of all, I am working that weekend.
Ah.
And I haven't trained. And you were like, okay. And then you texted again, would you like to race at this meet? And it was the LA invite. And I was like 5 weeks away from it.
Oh, I remember this. Okay.
And I was
coming
like,
back to
and you were like, I'll get you ready for it. And back then I remember saying, yes, but it's far. It's far from me. I'm from a small town, from a small city, not a town, but I don't drive much. I don't like traffic. I don't. And I was like, I knew I went to the gym once before all this.
I remember.
And I was like, I love it, but I'm so far right now, it's so far. And then you were like, okay, would you like to swim at this meet, LA invite? And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then I was like, I'm going to go Tuesdays and Thursdays, twice a week. I'm going to come and I'm going to train with you. And I started doing that. And little by little, you didn't push me. Little by little, I was like, okay, I'm going to come another day. And I was doing like, I think 3 times here, 2 times at home. And like that, I raced at LA. And then after I came back from my big holidays this summer, I was like, okay, I'm ready to be serious about this. Yeah. Because I want to make something special this time. I don't just want to go to another Olympics, we did that already.
You've done it twice.
I've done it twice. And I think that what we have in this team is very special. I have an opportunity that a lot of people would wish to have. The teammates, the quality of swimmers that we have in the team, quality of coaches that we have on the team. I'm like, okay, if there is a chance for me, this is it. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And yeah, that's how we are sitting right here today.
What did you think about your performances this summer?
I think that 50 freestyle was good considering the little training that I did. The 100 butterfly, since it's like my main event, 53 just doesn't feel good anymore. I don't think even I went 53. I went 54.
54 or 5, I think.
I went 54.5. That's true.
Yeah.
No, that didn't feel good. But with the 100 fly, there's something with me. It's like, it's sometimes not as how good in shape I am, it's how many times I raced it. And I learned in very quick that, that day I didn't race it well. I kind of like tensed my body too much in that second 50. I was trying to muscle through it instead of just relax and go through it. And I think it was a very good summer. It gave me back that joy to race. It's so nice.
I kind of wish we raced it at sectionals in July. You did it on the relay, right?
The 100 butterfly.
The 100 fly, but you didn't. We only did the 50.
Why didn't I do?
I think it was on a different day.
A different day.
And we weren't. there or
Yeah.
something.
I think it was 53-1 or something like that. No?
On the relay.
On the relay.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah.
much better.
Really much better. And it was like just a different strategy. And that's what I like about swimming. You know, it's just like sometimes
You try something a little bit
just
different and
yeah.
you're better. Yeah.
you're better. It's like just I mean, it's a very rude sport in terms of like it's either you make it or you don't make it, because it's a time. Time don't lie.
Yeah.
It's just because you didn't make that time in that race doesn't mean that you cannot make it in a different race if you try something different. And sometimes like, yeah, I gotta drop 20 100s, 1 second, half a second. But dude, you better turn. You have 0.3, 0.4 already. Better underwater, better breakout, better pace, tempo, whatever it is. You have so many places to get
You can improve
time from.
Yeah. And then I kind of want to talk about nationals this past summer. What can you talk me through nationals? So we missed the nationals cut at LAI, right?
Right.
And so you were 22 point.
No, at LAI I was 23-1.
Oh, 23-1 at
Yes,
LAI. Okay, sorry.
23-1.
23-1 at LAI. The qualifying time is 22:89. We go down to sectionals to try to do it again, and you went 22:86.
Twice, in the morning and in the final.
You went the same exact time.
Yeah.
And that's when Calvin was like, "Well, we're going to nationals together."
Yes.
And then you go to nationals, and you swim the prelims.
Yes.
Well, you were 22.
22.96, I think, or 97, 98, something there.
And then we briefly talked about it on WhatsApp, but I was in a hospital bed at this time, so I kind of was like, we never really got to talk about it.
Yes.
What happened after prelims, like,
so my
mindset wise?
The mindset, I mean, those whole 2 months of training was like, I kind of like started training in a way, not because I said, hey, I want to start racing again. I was kind of like invited to it. I was like, hey, would you want to race at this meet? I was like, I want to start training with this team. This sounds like a good excuse to get back at it. Mm-hmm. I never thought about nationals, any of that. And then we go to the first meet. I was like, dude, you're close to this time. Let's go to sectionals next week and let's try to get that time. So I just kind of went with it.
Yeah.
I didn't think, is this really something I care about? Or like, do I really want to go to nationals? Do I really want to race there? I was like, okay, this is fun. I'm having fun here. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I go to sectionals. I make the time. Okay, this is awesome. Let's go to nationals. But the day of nationals, that same day, in the afternoon, I was traveling to Argentina for my 2 months trip. And
you had a flight that afternoon?
That afternoon, that at 11, evening. And time-wise, yes, I would have made it.
You did qualify for...
I did qualify. So I go to the morning, but in the morning already, I'm like, when you have like, I don't belong here yet. I don't care as much as all these people yet to be here. Not that I'm not fast enough. It's just that this is right now still a hobby, still something I'm doing for fun. And this is national. I could see all these big names. I could see all these guys training. I'm like, still like, I don't care. And I remember thinking,
why?
I think also because I had a month vacation in front of me and I was ready for it. I was ready for my vacation to start.
Yeah.
Like it's been like a long half a year of working and I was like, I'm ready to go home. I'm kind of like in that mindset already. My girlfriend was there with me. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, we are a distance relationship. It's like, honestly, I'd rather spend the afternoon with her somewhere having a good time than racing at this meet right now. On top of that, the way that I am, always leave things to the last minute. I didn't even pack. So, I have a lot of things in my mind that were kind of keeping me distracted for actually being at nationals, racing at nationals. And before the meet, I was like, I wish everyone swims faster than me and I don't make it back. And when you have that mindset, something's wrong.
Do we still have that mindset?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm like, right now it's like,
where's our mindset right now?
Right now it's like, I get frustrated every time something like, not frustrated, but I am starting to be like, all right, like I'm ready to be back at my best of the best, to start being able to push Calvin and Santo to their best of their abilities as well. Right now they're pushing me. I'm ready to start being able to push them.
Push back.
Yeah. Right now I'm just like I am getting back into being in my best shape, to building my stroke again. Right now I'm like, I want to go best times on nationals this year. I'm ready.
At US Open.
At US Open. I want to go best times.
So would you say your mindset is different now than what it was from this summer?
Absolutely, but because this time I chose to come back to the pool, I chose to be like, okay, I'm going to US Open.
Yeah,
this
last
year.
time it was my fault. It was Sean's fault.
No, not Sean's fault.
He invited me. And
no,
I was,
not at all.
I
But
guess I'll go to LAI.
But I think even for younger swimmers, you know, if it's just because you're or like even like a private lessons. If a swimmer goes to a private lesson because mom and dad wants them to have a private lesson, you're not gonna get the most out of it as much as if you really want to go to that private lesson. I wanted to start racing again, but I didn't realize that I wasn't still ready to, you know, I think that if my travel would have been 2 days after, I would have swum that final and my mindset would have been a little bit different.
Why didn't you book it a couple days later?
No, that trip was booked before I even start swimming again. Okay. Like it wasn't like I booked it. Imagine going to Argentina, you book a trip a couple months off before. I think that's what happened. It was just like I didn't expect to be racing at nationals, and not even like when we started training. I didn't expect, but not because I don't think I could have made the time. I just like I didn't have the hunger for it yet.
Yeah.
So
now it's there.
Now it's there. Now I'm like, good. I'm ready. I mean, I know that.
I mean, you've been working your ass off.
I've been working. I'm excited. I love personal growth. I love personal growth in any kind. Mm-hmm. And swimming is very like, you can see it pretty clear because there's so many habits that you do, like how much you sleep, what you eat, what your habit is during the day, what you do in the pool. And even though I even talk to you, being like, hey, I'm having a tough time right now driving to the pool, it is not because I don't want to be there. It's because
you want to spend the time doing other things to build your other aspects of your life. I understand that.
Again, swimming is not everything right now. I learned that swimming is something that I do, is not who I am. I really detached from the idea that I am a swimmer. I'm not a swimmer. I'm Santi. I love my family. I'm a good friend. Or at least I hope to be a good friend. I am an entrepreneur. I am a dog lover. I am so many different things. And swimming is one of those things that I like to do as well. And I am so grateful that I'm also good at it. And I want to take it to the next level. Now, yes, I know that at some point I really have to become obsessed. If I want to be an Olympic champion.
You need to move is what you need to do.
I need to become obsessed.
Are you thinking about it?
Move?
Move from Long
yes,
Beach.
Absolutely. I already talked with my girlfriend. With Julie, we were like, Julie's coming next year.
Oh, here. She's moving.
She's moving to the United States.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So Julie's moving next year. And
on a visa?
We're figuring that out. We need to figure how she's going to be here. So, but the commitment of like, okay, because that was another thing. Like I told Julie, I want to go to the Olympics. I don't mind training in Argentina. So when you're done with work, we go to Argentina and I train from there. And then I start training with you.
My bad.
And that was rough because then I changed the whole thing to her. I said, Julie, I actually want to stay in the United States for 2 more years. And we have to talk about that. And yet one of the things like, okay, she has a dog. She's coming with a dog. I have my dog. We need a bigger house. But also, I don't want to be so far away from the pool because right now this is not working for me. So I already talked with Josh. Josh, do you want to move? So we're trying to, for next year, get closer to the pool.
Where are you looking?
I mean, for the type of house that we want to have with yard, we want a yard. It's not easy in the area, but we went around Brea. We went around, what is it?
Fullerton.
Yeah, even
Buena
like
Park.
Yeah, like it's kind of like above what is above San Clemente? No, that may be a little bit too far there, but Laguna, above Laguna, Newport.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Kind of like here.
Newport's like the same as Long Beach, though.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe a little, yeah.
I mean, but not in Newport. I'm saying like above Newport, you know, like kind of like in the mountain. Yeah, mountain type of like residency right now. I mean, we even went to Chino Hills the other day, like trying to see what's out there because we don't have an idea behind the mountains. Yeah. We just kind of like went to scout the area. But yes, the idea is to find a place that is closer to the pool because I know that I want to do this full time. I know that I want to get away from my private lesson type of business model, start doing more online so I don't have to spend so much time driving, and I can be a full-time swimmer.
Speaking of your business, we should plug your business. I think we're a little bit over an hour now, right, Sid? Yeah. Let's. What do you do? How can people reach out to you, work with you?
Well, right now I have two businesses. One is in Spanish, is dentrodelagua.com. They're right there. I offer in online courses, which is basically all the information that I learned over the years. I put it in a video format type of course that it has like 7-8 sections. It's 1 hour long, and I break down the stroke step by step on how to build it. I do my new project with Dentro del Agua is online clinics. Mm-hmm. I'm like, how can we do the clinics that we do here? But
this is the one you were talking to me about on Saturday or Sunday.
And I announced yesterday. I saw a lot of responses, good responses. So I think I'm going to do my first online clinic this weekend or next Monday. And then a little more like personalized, like type of like, hey, like I want to work with you one-on-one. Everything is on technique. I don't do plans. I like technique. I can help you with technique. Plans is not my area. I'm not a coach. Mm-hmm. And then with catchingwater.us, that's where I do my private lessons. Here, I work at the St. John Bosco High School. Mm-hmm. I do private lessons there. I do our own swim clinics. And also, you can find that in catchingwater.us.
Okay, cool. Anything else we can plug? Where can people find you?
Instagram. I think that's my most used social media at the moment.
At Santi Grassi.
Santi Grassi. Yeah. That's my social media.
Cool. We started a tradition on this podcast where you leave a question for the next guest.
Okay.
So that question that you answered was from our previous guest. Do you have a question you want to? I don't know who it's going to be. Do you have a question you want to leave for our next guest?
Think for 2 seconds about it. So it's a good question, I hope. I want to go personal on this for that guest and be like, why do you think, like, I like to do kind of like think about growing up and like how the relationship with parents and coaches, and
think about that all the time too.
The way that I am today is because of so many things growing up.
As a result of everything that you experienced in your childhood.
What do you think are the 3 most important things, or the 3 most important people in your life that shape you in who you are today, and how did they help you to do that?
We're going to start the next podcast super deep.
I like those type of content though.
So your question is, who are the 3 most important people in your life who have had a big impact on you?
Yes.
And how?
But not like right now, because like more like in like, who are the 3 most important people that shape you in who you are today, like, and how? Like, yes, parents, but because my parents growing up, they were either tough or.
Who's your 3?
Family. No, I didn't say. I mean, I not people. Yeah, sure. I say people, but mom and dad, I'll put them together. Mom and dad is unconditional love, without expecting anything back in terms of result. I never had pressure as a swimmer from mom and dad. I think that's huge. Parents,
so huge.
Please be mom and dad, no coaches.
Yeah.
It's important for an athlete to have mom and dad. Siblings. My siblings, growing up, I was tough. I was the oldest brother, second in the family, a woman in the top, on like older. So I was trying to show my dominance. But to this day, our relationship is so strong, and I know I can count on them. And growing up, my sister was my role model. And then friendships and stuff, like I have my friends from high school that none of them were swimmers. But to this day, when I go back to Argentina, it's a group of 15 not guys, there's the girls there too, but time just, it seems like never went away. Like we can catch up, like if it was yesterday the last time I saw them. I know I say who are the 3 most important people, but maybe who are the 3 most important groups. For me, it's like siblings, parents, and friends.
Parents. It's important. All right. I think that's a good place to wrap up. Anything else, Santi?
No, thank you so much. And I want to say, guys, you inspire me so much I see you. I mean, now that I've been hanging out with you, I see how much you do. And sometimes I do complain about, I'm tired. But I'm like, but Sean and Sid do so much. So you inspire me to also become better and to move, because we were talking with Sean with Sid. Sometimes I don't want to be perfect about things, but the most important thing is start doing things, and then as you're doing it, you will get better. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. Bye. See you next episode.